user. I use Anki for several things, including school and languages. But I saw SuperMemo has a much better algorithm for this kind of thing, and also incremental reading is an integral part of this software. And people saying a lot of good things about SuperMemo, so I wanted to try it. And I also want to learn some things except the thing I learned at school. So I thought SuperMemo is a good choice for doing that. Yeah.
Okay, so today we'll be focusing on just incremental reading.
Okay.
Because this already is huge.
Mm-hmm.
Because SuperMemo, you can do a lot of things. Keep in mind, I've only been using for about 100 days. No, less than that.
Mm-hmm.
80-something days, I think. Less than 3
Yeah.
months.
Okay.
Less than 3 months, right? And
Okay.
I will
Okay.
tell, and I will show you how to use incremental reading
Mm-hmm.
with the perspective of an Anki user. So
Mm-hmm.
you already are familiar with what's a node, a cat,
Yeah.
and you will see that it's not Memo.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, is I can see your screen resolution is quite low.
Mm-hmm. So, is there an option to change it?
No, but, that depends on your screen. So that's hardware. You cannot change that. So
Okay.
what I
Okay.
do suggest first is to customize the
Mm-hmm.
UI, the user interface. If you see,
Yeah.
if you go to Window,
Yeah.
Layout,
Mm-hmm.
and Layout Manager, you can see there's a Warrior,
Uh-huh.
Classic, Warrior, and Last Used. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, you can close this window. What you're going to do is create your own layout. And
Okay.
what I suggest is the bottom window.
One.
Now that you need to that.
Yeah.
You can close this as
And this
well.
one? What?
Yeah, this one. And the stats, you can also close it.
So this is the main window. Yeah.
Yeah, and I suggest to show up another window.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, go back here and click on
Contents.
here.
Yeah. Okay.
Now,
So this is window. Yeah.
drag and drop and resize to whatever you feel it's good.
Is this okay like this?
Yeah. Now you want to save this layout. You can do almost anything you can do. You can do it via shortcuts.
Uh-huh.
So there's a save as default, Shift Control F5.
Yeah.
Yeah, click here.
I will do it with the shortcut Shift Control
Sure.
and F.
Put a name of my template or whatever name you want to use.
Okay, I will use main template.
Main.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, or maybe
That's
main layout.
yeah. Yeah. That's spot on. That's because it's not a template; it's a layout.
Yeah.
Good. So now, because I know you care about the statics, I suggest to change the colors if you want the theme. So go again to Window, select Themes, the first option.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so there are many.
Yeah, with Anki you use the night mode.
No, I don't use a night mode.
Okay.
I usually prefer lighter interfaces always. Like also on my phone or even my code ID. When I code, I use light beams
Yeah.
always.
You can check if you click on one, you can get a preview. Yeah, click on this one,
Like,
and now with your arrows you can toggle. You don't need the mouse actually.
ah, really cool. Yeah.
Table dark, turquoise gray.
Oh, there are lots.
Yeah.
What's
The one you find more interesting.
okay, so let's use the default one for
Okay.
this video, and later when I have what
Access violation.
something.
Yeah, that's normal. Don't worry about that. So you will notice that when,
Okay, so
yeah,
yeah, okay,
you will notice
yeah.
when you do some things, some stuff that
Mm-hmm.
adds a new window, the layout will become messy.
Yeah.
So what you will need to do is to reset the layout. So
Mm-hmm.
this will be more recurring that as you may think now.
Mm.
Yeah, you can use, as you can see, you can click on the at the bottom of the options. Now you have the fourth main layout at the
Mm-hmm.
bottom.
Yeah,
You can
and
easily
shortcut.
go back to classic, warrior, or last used.
Yeah. So what is the warrior one?
Warrior is, yeah,
This okay.
warrior. You
Yeah.
have
Okay. Just go to
everything you need, everything you can
mm.
show in the interface. It's shown.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't suggest to do this at the first day because
Mm-hmm.
it's too many information. Even now, if you see at the bottom, you have so
Yeah.
many different numbers already.
Yeah.
Okay, let me check. Wait. Go to file. Let me check what profile you're using. Level at the bottom.
Level
Ah, you're in
professional.
professional already. Okay.
Yeah. You showed me this one before, so I just
Yeah.
I
Okay.
made change as soon as I had the software on. Yeah.
Okay. So if you notice at the toolbar at the top, at the right,
Mm-hmm.
at the most right part, you have ABC.
Yeah.
That's the default concept. You see
Mm-hmm.
the light, the bulb light.
Yeah.
This one, the
So
next to
what?
the
Yeah. So yeah, here.
yeah. So now you have a registry of concepts.
Mm-hmm.
But by default it's ABC. You will get rid of this eventually. So what I suggest is to
Yeah.
creating a new concept, and I will call it incremental reading.
So
So
where is the new concept button?
so in order to create a new concept is
Uh-huh.
close this window now.
Yeah.
Now the left part of your screen,
Left. Yeah.
yeah, that's called the knowledge tree, and you summon this by contents. In your toolbar, the contents, if you click into
Yeah.
contents, it's
Okay.
called you summon this window. So now
Mm-hmm.
your main topic concept is ABC of SuperMemo 18.
Yeah.
Okay, exactly. So what I suggest is click at the bottom, at
Here.
no in the white space. Yeah, here.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right click,
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay.
and you can see you have new, the
Here.
first option. New, put a folder and call it incremental reading. Now right click on it
Mm-hmm.
and concept,
Create.
create,
Yeah. Okay.
Control K. You can use the same name. Now, did that is a what are you trying to do? Move it around?
I can't move it around. Yeah. I just wanted to remove it from this. Yeah. I just want it. I just wanted to move it outside of this ABC
Yeah.
of SuperMemo
Okay.
thing.
You cannot do this. You can think understand the knowledge tree as the file system on your computer. So you're
Yeah.
using Windows. So you
Yeah.
have the C drive. The ABC of
Mm.
SuperMemo 18 will be the C drive. And inside
Yeah.
you will be having folders. And in folders you
Yeah.
have either files or more
Mhm.
folders inside, and so on and
Yeah.
so on. So that's more or less the same.
Mm-hmm.
So now you have incremental reading inside
Mm-hmm.
oxytocin. Oxytocin.
How did this happen?
Yeah, it's in order to move it, you can drag and drop and move to the side.
Uh,
Yeah, now
Move
that's the
to this
concept. Yeah, now you don't
here.
have to do anything else. It's where you want it.
Okay.
Okay, that's the difference. How do you think a concept is in SuperMemo?
Maybe it's so concept. If I look here in this tree, I feel like it's something like an upper deck. Like the other things are sub decks, or maybe it's a type of a node type. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah. So the thing is that in SuperMemo doesn't work exactly the same as Anki. So
Mm-hmm.
in Anki you can have decks, and with those decks you can have subdecks and so on.
Yeah.
But that's hierarchy. It's independent of the content. In SuperMemo,
Mm-hmm.
you have topics. So now you have created a topic, which is incremental reading, which
Yeah.
is it's empty,
Yeah.
and this is called a folder.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I am guessing that you do this in Anki as well. You have a deck, but this deck is acting only as a folder.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It
This is
only
how I
contain,
use.
yeah,
Yeah.
because in Anki you can have subdecks or cards straightforward to that deck.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot do this in SuperMemo. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll leave it like this now. So what we'll be doing is import an article,
Mm-hmm.
at least two. One that I do strongly suggest is incremental reading from SuperMemo, Wikipedia.
Should I open the Internet Explorer right now because the instructions in the SuperMemo app was using Internet Explorer and then coming here and clicking
Yeah,
Control Shift W.
that's a good
Yeah.
question. Is that SuperMemo uses a DLL to communicate and is using Internet Explorer. So you can go. Feel free to go to Google incremental reading manual, SuperMemo, something like that.
Yes, I'll just.
You get me an idea, super meme. Yeah, SuperMemo. Yeah, that will be it.
Yeah.
The stream is paused. Okay. We'll have to wait for him to come back. Now, go back to SuperMemo.
Yeah.
Control
Control
Shift A.
A. Yeah, I knew that. So
It's a
this.
duplicate. You already have this.
How do I have this? I don't know.
Okay, close the window. Let's see. I didn't pay attention to your actual tree. Incremental reading. Yeah, you have it.
Mm-hmm, this one. So move it in this one.
Can you open importing articles? Okay, for the sake of the example, because I don't know what you have done,
Mm-hmm.
you can get rid of this.
And yeah, I think it's the best option.
Yeah, that's because you will be deleting everything, all childs as well.
Okay, so
Okay.
Control A and then
Is it still
O.
okay? You can import it even if it's a duplicate. Maybe it's the web import. You have another web import.
Yeah, yeah, I think, yeah. But
It's kind of slow.
yeah, okay.
Okay. Now you want to split this in smaller
Mm-hmm.
chunks. You can automate
Yeah,
this. So you will be using the SuperMemo commander. So it's Control Enter. As you will see, there are a lot of shortcuts. And now
yeah,
look for split. You can filter split.
this one.
Yeah. Okay. And you can here you have some options. If you want by headings, you're already familiar with HTML, so
Yeah,
you know this. In
yeah,
some
yeah,
cases that there's a table or whatever, you can use custom string. Now
yeah.
you don't need anything further, so hit OK. As you can see, the
This is
file, the
really
file,
cool.
yep, it's automated and it's almost 1 million characters long. So this manual is
Oh,
long. You won't be reading this
hmm,
in a couple of hours.
oh my God,
Yeah,
it's huge.
it's about 470 or something like that.
Did you finish? Have you finished reading this?
Yeah,
The manual?
and more others.
Yeah,
I spent a lot of time. You can see the extracts is 300. Okay.
okay, so I think we have to
Yeah.
wait.
Yeah, but this will lag eventually. Okay. So now that's not the best example because it's huge. It's so long. So in order
Yeah.
to do a session so you can do everything more or less in one go, I suggest
Mm-hmm.
to import another article, whatever you prefer.
Okay.
So you can go
Okay.
if you
Mm-hmm.
want
So
public. You said you were keen in public speaking,
yeah, but
oratory.
for I want to use some, yeah, like Darwin evolution. Let's learn about Darwin's evolution theory.
Okay.
So let's open the Wikipedia.
Yeah, it's the first result.
Yeah. Okay.
Darwinism.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Let's
Okay.
take this one.
Okay,
And
it's not that big, I hope. Yeah, it's not that big. Ha! The picture.
this is
Okay, go back to SuperMemo. Do
see.
you?
Is this maybe bigger? Maybe we can do the general evolution page.
That's a lot bigger. Yeah.
Okay, let's use this.
Okay, then
Yeah,
this one.
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
go back to SuperMemo.
Control Shift W.
Yeah, that's a specific for Wikipedia.
Yeah. So I'm just importing. How do I know where SuperMemo will save this article? Like,
Okay.
how do
Yeah.
I know?
Can you know if you go to the toolbar, learn? I think it was no search or edit. I don't recall now. Oh no, not this menu.
No, I want. I'm asking.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
we
yeah.
are.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I am telling. Go to search. I don't
Yeah,
remember here. References. Here you
yeah,
have incremental learning. You have the URL. And before
yeah.
you did oxytocin for yourself.
Yeah, I just tried using that and
Yeah.
I couldn't. figure out how that worked, so I couldn't do that. But
And you have the exact time when you import it, because maybe in a few weeks or months, Wikipedia gets often updated.
Yeah.
So it's good to know the timestamp. And actually, if you remember, one of the 20 rules of formatting knowledge, it's one of the last, is timestamp. You only have two, but in time, when you import more stuff, this will grow. I have more than 500 now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you keep a registry of what you already put on your collection. That's useful.
Okay.
Yeah, but now you can close this window and import the article from Evolution.
Yeah. Solution and import.
Yeah, not that quickly. As you can see, the priority,
Okay.
minimum priority and maximum priority, which
Yeah.
by that's new. You don't have this in Anki. So
So,
prioritization means that you're interested in evolution, right?
yeah.
So you want to set a high priority because SuperMemo in your collection, you will be having lots of articles, lots of topics. A topic
Yeah.
will be a chunk of that article. So, in long story short, you have an overload of information. You cannot read everything
Yeah.
today. So, in order to schedule the reading, you will be using priorities.
Yeah.
And the priorities, it's very counterintuitive. The highest priority it's 0, and the
Yeah.
lowest is 100. So it goes the opposite way you may be thinking. So now what I do suggest, for instance, is to put 10 to 30. That's a good approach.
10 to.
Yeah, I don't suggest to put 0 or 1 because I suggest to read the incremental reading article
Yeah.
because it's the fundamental. So you will be. I strongly suggest to learn that right away.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and import that. This is
No. I,
Yeah, this is for instance, if you are interested in importing more articles today, you can say yes. So each time you're using the same settings.
we
That's
only changed the priorities, and I think the priorities will be different for every article I import. So I think I don't have to
exactly.
save this.
Exactly. So in that case, you can click no. Um,
I think
okay,
I
yeah,
have to wait.
it's you have to little. Maybe you have. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I think it's because Discord. Okay. Now, do you remember how to chunk down the article?
So it's control and enter and then split.
Yep. 1 million. It's bigger. It's even it's even longer than the incremental reading manual. Wow. I have seen few Wikipedia articles that long.
But
Oh,
this was faster, I think. Increment
that's a lot faster. Yeah. Wikipedia has have a,
incremental reading. No, but incremental reading page had a lot of different
yeah,
children.
yeah. That also plays a role. Makes
Yeah.
okay. So now, do you see web import and the date? And then you have
Yeah.
evolution. In case you don't want this, you want straight away evolution. When you
Yeah.
import, so if you click Control Shift A once again, there's an option. I don't see your full screen, but You have new node, group hook, and child. Yeah,
Like
at the bottom of your screen. Yeah, this window, this window.
there's nothing.
Yeah,
Maybe
you know,
maybe
I'm here. So let's start with the corner.
you're
Yeah,
talking about group hook.
yeah. You
Yeah.
have location, filter, and web page import mode. You have used the default, which is local pages. That means that you have downloaded the HTML, but you haven't downloaded the pictures. The pictures
Mm-hmm.
are in online still. And by
Yeah.
location, when you put new node,
Mm-hmm.
is when it generates the date, web import and the date. In case
Yeah.
you don't want this, you can use the group hook,
Group hook.
and this
Okay.
will be as a child of the concept group, which in your case
Mm-hmm.
is incremental reading. So let's
Okay.
say you use another concept, for instance, language, and then you import
So
A Wikipedia article about Norwegian, for instance.
I want to import an article about Polish because I'm interested in
Polish.
about this.
Okay,
Yeah.
then we can make it. Close this window.
Okay. Now we will create a new concept. What
Exactly.
new and then folder. I think
Yep.
it was it a folder, and now we'll call this language, and then concept and create. Okay, now we have the concept. Let's go to Internet Explorer and search for Polish.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, SuperMemo
Mhm.
is from Poland.
Yeah, I know, I know.
The Piotr Wozniak is Polish. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
know.
You want Polish language?
Polish language. Yeah. Okay, now go back to SuperMemo. I will do this myself
Yeah.
right now. Control V,
You can
and then
actually search. Yeah.
so I will choose group hook, and then how yeah, okay, concept group language. Okay, now I will click on import.
Yeah. But let me explain. Not that
Im-
quickly. If you notice, now you have
okay,
the concept group with now language. That is because
yeah,
it's the last one you created.
we could also make it incremental reading like
Exactly.
this. Yeah.
Language. Okay. You can change the priority if you want. The
Okay,
minimum.
let's make this even more important than the evolution one. Make it 7. No, 7 to 25.
Okay. Now,
Okay.
I suggest to check the box that says close browser at the top of your screen.
Okay.
And that's another case that the other checkbox is to create a concept. So if you wanted to create a concept just for Polish, not any language, just for
Okay.
Polish, you can use this option.
So this option is for like under the concept of language. Can I have indented concepts? Like I have the main concept called language, and then in that
Uh,
concept I have Polish. Does that work?
yeah, you can use. You will be using your own criteria to the concepts. You can have one concept of language, another only for Polish. For instance,
Name note if needed.
yeah, because you're using group hook, so there are some options that are incompatible one another. But
Okay.
I will show you another. You can do it. So the point is, most of the things that you can use in SuperMemo, what you can
Mm-hmm.
do, there's multiple ways to achieve that.
Yeah.
So you will do it in a different way. Don't worry about that. So yeah,
Okay.
now we import it.
Yeah. And click on import line. Yeah.
Yeah, say
No.
go. Okay, now you want to
Okay.
change
There.
the concept. So now you cannot see what concept is using. So if you press F5, now you have the warrior layout.
Yeah.
If you open the other in the element data, open the tabs which are contracted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, open them.
Yeah.
So you have lots of information but now you have the type, which is a topic, it's not an item, and the concept group, it's language, and the template is article.
Yeah.
So for now we're only focusing on those. Could you tell me now what's the difference of a topic and an item in SuperMemo?
Okay, just a guess. Topic is when you import something. An item is when you create cards from that. It can also be closed deletion cards, but topic is just something general, maybe.
Exactly. So another way to say this, a topic is when it's still passive review. It's something you generated or you imported from the web, and you're still chunking that information down. And when you create your own cards in Anki, the equivalent of cards here is an item. It can be Q&A or close deletion.
Yeah.
To simplify. And then what's the equivalent of a node type will be the template. Here you have the article template. It's built in. So now what you want to do is to create a concept just for this document, this article, because it's Polish.
Yeah.
Okay, so you will need to summon the window from the knowledge tree. Do you remember the shortcut for that?
Which one?
The knowledge tree. Or contents. Don't worry, it's Alt-C.
I think this is the first time I'm hearing this. Alt-C. Yeah. So.
So now you are seeing that layout is messed around. So in order to avoid exactly, that's the one you saved before, if you don't remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now if you go to Polish language and right click on it, on the concept, create. You can also use Control K.
Here as well?
Yeah, you can call it Polish language, whatever you prefer.
It's already under language, so let's call it Polish.
Now, as you can see, it has a different color, the background. Okay.
Yeah.
But this is it's a concept, but it's an article. So what do you need to do now with this article? Chunk it down.
Yeah. So enter. But now, wasn't it Control and Enter? Control Enter. I don't get the window. Oh yeah, I have now.
Split.
And okay.
When it's because the articles you imported are huge, are 1 million characters. When you select a topic, it lags a little because it's rendering 1 million characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and select OK. Yeah,
okay, this was faster.
Yeah, that was faster. Yeah. And now, one strong point is that you have everything duplicated because you have the entire article and the article by little chunks.
Yeah.
So what you can do now, is go to polish the main article and select done. When you select done, you get rid of everything. So Control Shift Enter.
How do I select?
Yeah, Control
Control
Shift
Shift.
Enter.
Yes.
Yes. In order to in landing, yeah. This is the equivalent of suspending on Anki. Do you see now
Okay.
that it's no longer orange, now it's yellow?
Yeah.
This means that it's dismissed.
Mm-hmm.
This you can interpret it dismissed as suspended in Anki. It's the same.
Oh my God, Discord.
Don't worry. Third round.
Okay, we're back. Yeah.
And the color it's the same. It's yellow, so that's easy to remember.
Hmm.
Now, how do you think if you want to incrementally read this? What will be the first step to do?
We will. I think we can go through this single elements, and I know from the little parts of the incremental reading thing I did. You can select a text, like for example, you come here and then maybe like you
Yeah.
choose this part, and then you click on Control X. I think.
Alt X
Okay, Alt X. Okay,
to
so
do the extract. Okay, but you can do it, but instead of doing this manually, you will be
yeah.
following the algorithm. So it's a lot simple as you may think, and you have to click on learn. That's everything you need to do.
So I just click on Learn.
Yep.
Here in Polish. Okay, in Polish or okay, I'll just click on Learn. Okay, so I want to skip this. How do I skip this? Like, okay, just enter show answer. This was
Yeah.
my trial.
But that's what you did. Oh,
How
that's
many?
the ABC, right?
Yeah, let's skip this as well.
How many times does someone ask you a given question? I don't remember that. That's built in.
Yeah.
What do you think? That's a multiple choice question.
Several times in the future.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
that's built in. Okay. So now what SuperMemo is doing is using all your collection.
Yeah.
So in case you are now, for some reason, you want to focus only on polish,
Yeah.
you can do that. If you go right click on polish
And Learn.
and learn.
Yeah.
Number elements row subset. Okay, this means that today you have imported the article today.
Okay.
Yeah, F5.
Okay. Weird software. Okay, and then
Yeah, this
select.
happens.
Okay.
So,
So
if you see the date, it says October 29th in blue at the bottom of your screen.
yeah.
This is when you will be seeing this. What this is
How do I
scheduled.
change?
Because now it's the yeah. You go so quick.
This window is scary. Like.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so the point is that's something I wanted to comment later on. So now you can see each date how many topics and repetitions you have.
Yeah.
We will see this later on. Yeah, you can close
Okay.
this window.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that
How do I change?
yeah, we will be getting there.
Okay.
The thing is that today is the first day, so you only imported stuff.
Mm-hmm.
SuperMemo it's meant to incrementally read everything.
Yeah.
So today you imported this.
Mm-hmm.
It will be scheduled. So in the future,
Yeah.
you will SuperMemo will show up a chunk of the article. So
Mm-hmm.
it's the same as saying as a topic, and then you will
Mm-hmm.
be doing the extracts. So let's make an example.
Yeah.
If you in this screen, the Polish language, you can scroll down. Let's say something that sparks your interest. If I know that Polish is using the Roman alphabet, Polski, na, na, na. So let's say,
Maybe historically Polish has lingua franca important move to Eastern Europe. Today, Polish is more a second language in Northern Czech Republic. Okay, so we'll just be extracting a part from this
okay,
text, right?
okay, then
Just
Alt C,
Alt C or X?
Alt X, excuse me.
Alt X. Okay. Oh yeah. Now we have
And
this.
now, you can go to the extract you just did by mouse, as you did. And the other way to do it is by Alt left.
Alt and
Yeah, if
left. So here and then alt left. Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
I get that. Yeah.
So with Alt left, you go to the last item, or well,
Mm-hmm.
the last whatever you were. As you can see now, you have the metadata, title, date, source,
Yeah.
link, comment,
Mm-hmm.
article, and whatever. You can customize this if you like pink or I mean the styling. You can customize
Where should
this.
I?
Yeah, we will cover this later on.
Okay.
But the point is that that's a topic
Mm-hmm.
that is an extract from another topic. And you can repeat this process indefinitely. So you can extract a sentence here, and of
Mm-hmm.
that sentence, a fraction of that sentence, and so on, until you make the cards. So, what do you think?
Yeah. Then, for example, here another extract.
Yep.
Okay.
If
Alt
this is
X.
something you want to remember, go ahead.
Yeah.
Alt left.
Yeah. Alt left.
What means lingua franca?
Lingua franca means a language that is widely used from many people. Like this means Central and Eastern Europe being English is today's lingua franca. I think I can say it like that. And for example, Arabic is the lingua franca of the Middle East.
Yeah,
This
gotcha.
kind.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, for instance, in my case, what I will be doing
Mm-hmm.
is shift click lingua franca to get the article
Yeah.
and learn what's that about and import it back to SuperMemo and
Yeah. I
keeping
see.
the algorithm. So it's do you know that already or is something you wanted?
I know lingua franca, so I know what it means. So we don't have to do that. But
Okay. What
what
all left. All left. What you did is
what?
you opened the link inside SuperMemo. That's because you just click
Mm-hmm.
on lingua franca. If you want to open it in the Internet Explorer, you need
Mm-hmm.
to click Shift, and then while holding Shift, you click
Yeah. Okay. I get that.
lingua franca, and it's nice. I
Yeah.
will be importing this article myself. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So do you already know this in Central and Eastern Europe?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So maybe I can Polish was a lingua franca important both diplomatically and academically. And okay, so the locations are maybe important. Yeah.
Okay. So
And
Now
then
let's say you want to memorize this, where it was, like frankly in Central and Eastern Europe. So in order to do so is Alt Z,
let's see. Yeah. What's that?
Z,
Okay, now we have it.
voila. As you can see, in
Yeah.
you have a new topic, a new item.
Yeah.
It's already created. It's a closed deletion. So if you want to go to that closed deletion, what will be using on your keyboard?
A location.
It's all left.
Hi, so you're just going back to the okay. Yeah. You're
And now,
yeah.
and you can see that this is where differs from Anki.
Mm-hmm.
You can always edit any time. So if you want to make a hint, now it's the time. And here you
Oh,
can replace the dots for place or region,
place.
whatever
Okay.
works
Oh,
for you.
this is really nice. Like, oh my god. Yeah, this feature is really nice.
And as you can see, that will become due October 30. The date, you will see this.
Yeah.
In Anki, when in Anki we use the term due to become due, in SuperMemo it's called
Yeah.
outstanding. When outstanding
Okay.
means that it's due today.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's go. Let's keep in the article you were the extract.
This one.
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah.
This one. This.
Yeah. No, this
Let's.
one. So policies, and you keep.
Okay.
So you usually now because you have a very small collection, but when you start the process of incremental reading, you can go and click learn, learn, and learn, and you will be interleaving all the articles you have in your collection.
Yeah.
Now you cannot do it because everything is new from today. You have
Yeah.
previous articles from the past. So
Yeah.
today the impression won't be the real thing. So now let's pretend you want to keep reading this. Today policy is spoken by 38 million.
Okay, maybe we could also use this sentence to know this fact, but I don't think it's something really important. So we'll pass this one. And then it's also spoken as a second language in Northern Czech Republic and Slovakia. And then, okay, now maybe we can use these countries.
Yeah, the thing is that if there is something that you want to remember, go ahead and make an extract. If not,
Like,
then you can dismiss it.
yeah, then we can dismiss the rest of this thing because the only interesting fact in this part is this one, the first sentence.
Okay, so in order to dismiss it is Control D.
Control D.
And
Yeah.
this is the same as suspending in Anki.
Okay. Control D.
But the difference is that you're only suspending, dismissing this topic, not the childs are unaffected.
Yeah.
Exactly. So because, okay, now I have read everything here of what it's interesting for me, and I move on.
Yeah. So, example here.
Okay.
So are we going to read?
That's a good example.
Yeah.
How to work with pictures, because here you have one picture. So in order to do so, Control F8.
Control F8.
Yeah.
Nothing is happening. Control F.
Are you using
Control F.
see if you in case you are using a laptop, you have the FN key as well.
Yeah, I know, and I'm pressing FN as well. So I think this should work. But
right, don't worry. Right click. Download images.
Download file.
Lower? No, lower.
Here.
Download images. Control F8.
Okay, just.
So now you only have one picture. So
Yeah.
what you can do here is downloading the pictures. So select the book of Henry. Yeah, there's a difference. You can localize or insert. Now, for the sake of the example, you will be putting insert.
Okay.
So now this is called a component. So in Anki, it's like a web page, a sandbox web page, and you have front and back. So you can have any number of fields, and then you use CSS and HTML to tell Anki, I want this at the front and the back side, right?
Yeah.
SuperMemo doesn't work this way. So now you have two components. One, it's the text, the HTML. Do you see these boxes? Now you have two boxes.
Yeah. This one.
Yeah. For instance, what is Anki is doing is using the Qt engine and WebKit. And what SuperMemo is doing is using Internet Explorer. So what you are seeing actually is Internet Explorer 7. Not the 11, that was the last one, the 7th version.
Yeah.
So if you right click on it, on this box, go to File. No, the other box.
Okay.
Here, File and View Source or View File.
View source.
Yeah, Shift Control F6. So that's the HTML.
Yeah.
But you see the relevant version using the Internet Explorer. Yeah, you can close this now.
Yeah.
And now you have a new picture.
Yeah.
So if in case you want, with pictures you can work on them, like edit, crop, everything you may want to do, you can do it inside SuperMemo. There are a lot of stuff. I will leave this up to you. And using the manual, everything is in the manual.
Yeah.
You'll be seeing everything. So now, how do you know the picture? The picture is as a component.
Yeah.
Now, so now the question is, if you make an extract, what do you think will happen?
I would expect to not have it in the children.
Okay,
so
let's try it.
Okay.
Begin to emerge, polish, begin to emerge in 10th century.
Okay, so I'll just the sentence. I'll extract this. Alt X.
Yeah. Now Alt left. And here it is.
Why is this? Yeah.
You may think that's counterintuitive behavior if you're coming from Anki. So what it's doing is, if you go to the parent, Alt right.
Yeah. Okay.
Just the template you're using here, it's not article, it's article picture. How can you know that? Now it's not on your screen, but if you press F5, you will see it.
Again. I remember. Okay, yeah, now we have it. Okay, so I think it's this one.
Oh, it's not template. Okay. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. The difference with Anki and SuperMemo, it's that as well. So you can have topics with no template. That would be the same case of a card without a node type. In Anki, it's not possible. Why is this? It's because you have one template that was article, but you modify it.
Yeah. So okay. I see.
So, you can modify whatever you want and save as a new template. But if you do nothing, you will be having template called no template. If this makes sense. Hello? You froze. No, I cannot hear you.
Oh, yeah.
Hello?
And yeah, I'm here.
Okay, now I can hear you. You,
I
you,
hear you.
you froze for like 20 seconds. And you're frozen again.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, yeah.
I switched back to the browser because yeah, it's because the app is not good. The Discord app. Okay.
We were here that there's no template. So now what I do suggest is to change the template for another you already have built in or creating a new one. So how you do this? So you need to restore your layout. Do you remember how to do this?
It's one of the function keys, but it's right again. It just opens this window.
Yeah, because F5 is for warrior layout. And for yours, your default, I think it was Shift or Control F5. Now I don't recall.
Shift F5 didn't work, and Control F5. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, let's work with Control. Okay,
Yeah.
so now in order to change the it's called the template, it's Control Shift M. An article picture, for instance, the second one. And I'm not seeing more of your screen, but there's more options. No, I mean, can you move this window higher? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
That's because your screen resolution is kind of low. And click accept.
Accept. Now, here, I don't have the picture anymore. Where is...
Yeah, it's the picture, but it has moved. So click Alt.
Yeah.
Alt and now the border. You can resize it. Yeah, they are now overlapping each other. Yeah.
Yeah. So...
You want to resize the other, the text. Yeah.
I click Alt.
Pick Alt.
Mm-hmm.
Press Alt and click on the border, and then you can resize it and move it around.
Huh. Yeah. Okay. And then...
Now escape.
Yeah. Escape. There's the text. Yeah. Okay. It's here. And I still don't see the picture. What's...
Yeah, I only see a few pixels at the beginning. I don't know what you did. But you can right click. Image.
Image.
And
Unzoom.
zoom. See, yeah. Okay. Now, what you did, you only did it for this particular topic. If you want to affect all this layout for all possible topics having this template, you will have to save it. So click escape, press escape. Now select an empty area outside of the boxes.
Okay, so here,
Yeah. Here it will work. Right click, template, save as template. And now call it the same name, article picture. We'll ask you to override, say yes, and that's it. That's the difference with Anki, because Anki use notes. So you cannot have one cat that it's not following that note type. But SuperMemo, you can do it. You can detach and then impose. You will see that in more advanced stuff. Okay. Any question from until now? Before proceeding.
So the question is, now we have this one, but I don't want this. So how delete component, I think. Yeah?
Yeah.
And it shouldn't affect this one. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's working. And then to resize this one, click on the border.
You don't need, actually you don't need to do this.
Yeah, okay.
What's better is to change the template for the article. So it's Control-Shift-M, article, the first option, and enter or accept. That's not the result I was expecting. Okay, so what we'll be doing is, can you resize this window to leave room at the bottom? I mean the, no, I don't mean the topic, I mean the entire window. We will be modifying the layout. Yeah, higher. Maybe more space. More.
Yeah. More, okay.
Well, not that here. That will. And now we want to summon a new window. So you can go to the toolbar, window, and element data. Okay. Now you will have to resize it a little.
I'll just, okay, put it like this and then this on top. Yeah.
Now, okay, now save this new layout. So window, layout, and save as default. Shift Control F5. Okay. So now, in this new window, you insert it.
Yeah.
No, I mean in the layout, element data. Scroll to the left. I mean to the right. And open the status. So now you have the article, template, type is topic, and language. Okay.
Okay.
So if you select any other topic, yeah,
I don't have a text anymore.
You don't have text?
What happened to the text here?
Can you select it? Can you select?
No,
There's
nothing.
no text here.
There's nothing here.
That's very odd.
Okay, let's delete this one and then make a new one. Delete. Okay, yes. And then
Polish
now I'll
began to
extract this
emerge.
again.
Why the content was not there? Yeah, you can make the extract once. It's not the best solution. I know what. I will watch the video again. What happened?
Okay,
To assess what
okay.
happened.
So we will delete this component.
What component did you delete it last time? Ah, yeah, that's the picture.
The image one,
Yeah.
yeah.
This is asking you want to affect only this element or all of the elements? Only this one.
Like, I don't want to delete the picture from the parent one, the main article one, but I don't want my children to have the picture
Yeah,
from the main article.
that's not actually the case. Here, you're not affecting the topics of the child. You're affecting the template. So even if they are not related,
No, but this is now article picture, and
yeah,
I want
I
to
mean,
put this element
if
right now.
you get rid of the picture component, you're affecting all of the topics and items in that particular
Yeah,
template.
yeah. Yeah, and I understood that, and now this
Okay,
is the template article picture, and I don't want to change the others because the article picture is literally article with a picture. So
okay.
I will
We are in the
put
same
this
page
element.
now. Okay, hit
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. Now we were doing some things with this.
Police begin to emerge. Okay,
No, we were
now you see that it's in blue, right? Because this blue color, that I mean text. This blue color means when you make an extract, but
mm-hmm.
you make a second extract of the same sentence because we deleted the first one we did. So if you want to get rid of the HTML and plain text,
Mm-hmm.
you can also do it. It's Ctrl Shift F12. A magic happens.
Yeah. And I did to ask this question. How did you learn? How do you remember all these shortcuts?
Because I use them very often.
Yeah, but still, like, this is my first like this is the first time I'm using SuperMemo for real, and so I learned about some shortcuts from you. But for example, tomorrow I will be sitting here again and doing my repetitions, and I will think, okay, what was the shortcut?
Don't worry, I was there at the first day. This becomes overwhelming because it's too much information. All the shortcuts are in the manual.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You will find everything you need in the manual.
Okay.
And
So now we have this. Yeah. Okay. Go on.
well, that almost everything you can do it via shortcuts. But there are certain
Yeah.
things that you have to rely on the mouse because it's only the user interface. But those things are very rare. It's something you will be using once a week or even less. So that's actually no point
Okay.
of having shortcuts. In case you wonder, there are close to 100 shortcuts.
Yeah. One can manage to learn 100 shortcuts. Actually, it's not that much, but
That's
it
the
will take time.
spirit. That's the spirit.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there something you want to memorize here? Polish began to emerge.
I want to memorize the state because it's interesting,
Okay.
and I also want to learn the reason for it. Yeah.
The one thing I didn't comment it, and it's very important to know, is that you can reformulate the knowledge. So
Yeah.
as you can
Oh.
see, you can edit the text anytime.
Yeah.
So if the specific wording doesn't work for you, you can actually modify it right away. You are familiar with the alternative rules. So
Yeah.
simplify, get rid of what's not needed here.
Okay. Let's maybe say Polish began to emerge. We will change began to emerge to became. Polish. became a distinct
language
language
around
around
the 20th century.
for larger
Now here is using the
troops.
passive voice. The process was read by the establishment and development of the public state. So in case you want to, so a fact will be until the first comma. So Polish became distinct language around the 10th century.
Yeah, so maybe we can say here because.
So what you can do, what you can do actually is make an extract of this extract.
Yeah, good idea. But how do I know? Like, if I make an extract of this and then I need this context to understand it.
Because you will be seeing this again. Even if you make now an extract of the first part,
yeah,
and you move on to keep reading, you will be seeing this card in a few days. So when you see it again, you will be in your criteria is okay. The second part of this sentence is something I want to keep. So you will be deciding I get rid of it, I keep it. So I use another extract or I reword the one I already have. So the process of reading until you make all the cards, the final product, you do this incrementally. As an Anki user, you're not used to do this. You do this in a single time, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So that's a habit.
So
you have. Well, we had using Anki. That you read a paragraph and you Anki it right away.
Yeah.
So instead of doing this, you will be doing incrementally. So you just make the extract, and that's it. You just make one thing, one atom thing. It's okay. Maybe it's because in your case it's very important because it's very high priority. So you don't have to wait, and you make an extract and a close deletion. But the close deletion doesn't need to be final. It's unfinished, and it's better to leave it unfinished. You will keep modifying this in the future. And when you finally think, okay, this is done, I'm done with it, then is when you make Control Shift Enter, and you get rid of the text. So you only have the items.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
So what I understand from sentence is maybe I can leave this one for a later time while I will again, and if I want to extract it again, I can extract it. And another thing I was asking you about, what if I extracted only this part, but the context, this first sentence won't be there. But now, so I understand that if I, for example, extract it right now, like this, and where is the text?
All left.
Yeah. So, for example, I can say, like I can say, establishment of Polish as a distinct language. Yeah, we can use a distinct language. Now I have the context, but I formulated it myself, and then okay, maybe this one, and then we have another card like establishment, like development of Polish state. So now what I had done is I created a second item with the same text. I modified it a bit, but now this is a single item, so it's easier to learn. Yeah.
So you can do this. That's a valid approach. And another one is that you can create a second clause on the same topic.
Yeah.
You don't need to make an extract for that matter. It's like in Anki, when you have C1 and C2 for close deletions, it will be more or less like that. But SuperMemo will be taking different items, even though it's one single topic.
Now, okay, so I thought this
Now
only
you
affect.
now you got rid of the HTML.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
what's this? Century. Ah, okay, so I actually wanted to remove only this part because this was marked blue as an extract. I could leave that orange, but I wanted to change this to normal text.
Yeah, but you only need to do this in the item actually. You are in the topic now.
Yeah, so yeah, this is already working, so it's not a problem.
So
Yeah, correct.
so here you can get rid of the second sentence to focus only on what center it was, right?
Yeah.
That depends on you if you want redundancy or not, because redundancy is a good thing. So if it's a high priority topic, maybe you want some degree of redundancy.
Now, okay. Yeah, you're right. This makes sense, but
That depends
okay,
on
but
your
the
own criteria.
century is not the century is not super important. It's nice to know that it's nice to know the background, but I don't have to. Also, this one, it's nice to know. I like to learn that, but it's not something super important that I have to see again and again.
Okay, then we
Yeah.
can. What you can do is, if you go back to the items you just created,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you can modify the priority. Yeah, go ahead. So
So
the center is not that important, right?
yeah.
Or well, or the polystate. So what you will be doing is modifying its priority. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Deselect the menu. Yeah, and it's Alt P.
Alt P. Okay. Alt.
Now
Mm.
here you have the 11 and something. This is quite high.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
modify it.
But
That's one of the ways you can modify it with this bar,
Mhm.
or you can input the number yourself. So
Yeah.
the percent you can make 50 or whatever. So here it's telling you a color coding. Red will be very important, and so
Mhm.
and the blue will be that this can wait 2 years if needed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm still getting used to the priorities because now it doesn't
Okay.
make
So
that sense because you have very few topics. When you are in the thousands, then this becomes very useful.
mhm.
Keep in mind, for instance, my collection in Anki, it's very messy. I have to rely on tags and hacky things because there are no priorities. So I want
Yeah.
this, so I make a different template, so you can filter for the template, and this complicates. It makes everything more complex because there are no priorities. Yeah, click OK. What I do suggest is go to Toolkit
Mhm.
at the yeah, at the top and Options. As just no shortcut for going to Options.
Mhm.
So now what you have here is the forgetting index. That's familiar, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell me what it is?
How much I'm forgetting? Yeah.
Can you tell me your retention rate in Anki?
I don't know.
Or,
Like
can you open it
this.
really quick, your Anki? That, that's good to know to see what percentage you are at of retention.
Yeah. Okay.
Because usually in SuperMemo you aim at 95%, what it's huge.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now.
go to stats and select all collection. That will work. Last year,
Yes.
last 12 months. Let's see the retention.
Where's the retention?
Yeah, I don't know because your screen is lagging so much.
Okay, so tell me how much I have to scroll.
Yeah. Okay, calendar, next one. Reviews, next, that's not it.
Yeah.
Card counts. Card is. Hourly breakdown. Answer buttons, here.
Yeah.
Really? 98%?
Yeah. Like with vocabulary and the school
But
subjects,
yeah, but
there's
you.
the rule I have for myself in Anki is I only use it to test myself on the things I have previously learned.
Yeah.
So my approach will be different with SuperMemo. So
Okay.
this won't be the same.
Okay. Even
Probably
though.
it's not impossible if you are. Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. Select because you're into tech only. It is
Mm-hmm.
makes well slightly different. Wow,
Yeah.
99% and 98. Wow, that's something
Yeah,
else.
like as I said, this is about the approach I have for myself. Like I don't allow myself to encounter a knowledge for the first time in Anki because it's harder to learn that way. But as I said, SuperMemo is different because this is incremental reading. So here, I won't be as strong as I am in Anki.
That point, it's a very good point. What you said is to just reward it a little. Is that in Super Memo, the first repetition of an item, it's actually not the first one because you read it once, you read it once again, when making the extract, and rewarding
Mm-hmm.
or the formation of knowledge,
Yeah.
and so on. So when you view this particular item, it's not the first time you see it. But this could count
Mm-hmm.
as several layers of passive review, and then
Yeah.
the first is actually the first one, active recall. In Anki, you don't have
Mm-hmm.
this. So in Anki, when you make the card, the first repetition will be already active recall. So this process of incrementally read, you can make it, but you have to make it outside of Anki.
Yeah.
That
And
depends.
the
That
thing with
depends.
Anki,
Yeah.
yeah, go on. You finish it, and I will add something.
Okay. So the process depends a lot of how you Ankify the school material in your
Mm-hmm.
case.
Yeah. Yeah. So the difference for me, this is something like what I'm expecting from SuperMemo. I use Anki to really retain the information I already know. But SuperMemo is more of a learning tool when we compare it to Anki. So, as you said, I will read something for the first time. I will read again, extract some points. So the difference is I will be seeing that for the very first time when I'm reading the article, and then extract the second time, and then the item maybe the third time, and then the cards. I will repeat the cards, but what the difference is, I already know, like I'm not mastering it. For example, what I add to Anki is I sit in a lesson, I listen to it, I learn some things, and then I create notes from that, create cards from that. So this is why my Anki reviews are stronger, like a higher retention rate. But here, I don't expect SuperMemo to be that high because this is learning something new. Yeah, yeah.
Very well explained. That's the key factor. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's that
exactly.
you only in Anki you only review. You don't learn. You
Yeah.
learn before Ankify. Yeah, because you know the basic rules. First understand.
Yeah.
It's the first rule. So for getting index, you can actually modify it.
Mm-hmm.
So SuperMemo will tweak the algorithm. So we'll tweak the next intervals to meet that percentage.
Mm-hmm.
There's no one correct or better than the other. That depends on you. Usually in SuperMemo, a good for incremental reading, a good number is
Mm-hmm.
95%. Almost everybody it's close to that, which is
Oh.
very high. If you are
Mm-hmm.
for the premise that almost everything is born inside SuperMemo. So you read it for the first time inside it. Having a 95% retention rate, it's fantastic. You won't get this in Anki or any other software.
Yeah,
I suggest to give
I
it
see.
at 10. Give it a few weeks. If you think it's failing too hard, you can lower it, and then intervals will become more narrower, more close to each other.
Okay,
Okay,
so
go
I'll
to.
click on.
Well, we can browse
Okay.
the tabs. Go to SuperMemo. Here you can modify if you want sounds when you review. We still haven't reviewed yet.
Mhm.
And if you want to review formatting or whatever, or the icons, when you review, they are emoji, so you can modify this. Then everything is important in leeches. Do you know what is a leech in Anki? What's the definition?
I don't know what's that. Leech. Maybe I know. I don't know the word. Maybe.
Are you not familiar with leeches in Anki?
Let explain it to me, and maybe I'll
Okay.
know it. Maybe not.
Is when you fail a card, you hit again, you lapse that
Yeah.
card. When you lapse, I think by default it's the 8th time you lapse a card, that can becomes a leech. This means that it's a card that you keep forgetting.
Yeah,
So,
I see.
so the card graduates, becomes young or mature, and it lapses. And you are keeping doing this at least 8 times.
Yeah.
And what Anki can do is when you lapse a card that many times that it becomes a leech, you can either tag it, suspend it, or straight away delete it. That depends on the user. But the point is
Yeah.
to take action. And this is the same. For instance, I already deleted some items in SuperMemo. What I do suggest is wizard. So you will
Okay.
pop up each time. Hey, you have a lead.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? And leaders are the topics that are becoming of being leeches. Yes, this makes sense. Fonts, you can use it if you want to change fonts.
Yeah, I will change fonts, but after the video when I'm
Yeah,
using it
because you
for real.
yeah. And
This is
language,
how.
I think you can change the language, but it's not built. So there's the capability to change the language, but there's only English. So
Okay.
you won't be using that.
Yeah.
And access is the mouse, and access are the only tabs. Yeah, translate. You won't be using that. Yeah. Click OK.
Okay.
So now
Okay.
what you will be doing now is to review at least one item. So now what happens with the layout now? It's messed up.
Yeah.
Do you recall how to restore layout?
Okay, you told it to me. Control and one of the function keys. Control and which one of that?
Control
Or
F5.
three. Five.
Try Control F5. See what happens.
Nothing happens.
And
Right?
F5 is warrior.
Doesn't change it. Control F5. Yeah, I think it is because I was on the empty place in the screen. I had to click on this window before it worked.
Okay, so now let's pretend you want to force to learn this particular item right now.
Yeah.
So I think that was Shift Alt L.
Shift Alt and L.
Yeah, now that's the front. That will be the front. Show answer.
Police state. Yeah.
And now is this emoji are the options. Could you tell right away what each option implies?
Yeah. So the first one is very good. The second one is good. I think this was passed in a SuperMemo because I think I saw it in ABC. This is wrong, and this is I don't remember at all. Maybe.
Okay. Okay. So the first thing you notice is that you have 5 options. In Anki, you have 4. So here in Anki, you have again, hard, good, and easy. So you could remap the options here, but you have an extra one. So what you can do, if you go to a window, the toolbar, and click hints, the third option. Now, if you hover, you have the legend
Only for these ones. Oh,
for
I think this
everything.
is because
Good to know, right?
it's yeah, it's nice to see what every like there are
Yeah,
1,000 buttons. Yeah,
exactly.
okay. We should have activated it from from the
From the very
start.
beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, from the beginning. Yeah, which was with some is
So,
recall, ignore no recall.
as you can
Okay.
notice, the extra option is one of the failures. So in Anki, you can not only click select again. Here you have wrong response with some
Yeah,
hazy recall or no recall at all. This rating will affect the algorithm.
yeah, I see.
Yeah, I remember some queue or but not the whole thing. Then you can use this option.
Mm.
And another thing you noticed is that you can use the keyboard for rating.
Yeah.
Same as in Anki. In Anki, you rate yourself with 1, 2, 3, and 4. But if you notice, the order is the opposite.
Yeah. I had just realized it. Yeah.
So you start from the better, and to the right you become a worse option. And with Anki, it's the opposite. The left, it's the worst case possible, which it's again, and to the right, each time it's a better option. So keep this in mind.
Yeah, and
Keep this in mind because
I think yeah, you say what you want to say.
yeah, because the first reviews I screw up the ratings because I was doing the actual opposite because I was thinking as in Anki.
Okay, so I think he has to change the UI because at least let this begin from the left, the leader or no recall thing, because it's one is on the left side, and to the 5, this should be on the right side.
You may think that that's counterintuitive, but the thing is that once you are used to SuperMemo, you will be using the mouse for that. So
Yeah,
it doesn't matter how it's displayed because you won't be using that.
yeah, but still.
But still, yeah. But still, it's the yeah. But that's that's the beauty. It's counterintuitive. So before, for me, being counterintuitive was a bad thing, like a pejorative, we call them, well, a negative. But it could be neutral. It doesn't mean that it's bad to be counterintuitive, because if the rating is intuitive, then you have to sacrifice other things just for the sake of being intuitive. And for me, it's built to be powerful, and it's meant to be used for professionals, or how it's called, veteran users.
Yeah,
It's not dupe friendly. And for instance, what Anki is doing is sacrificing stuff for the sake of simplicity. It's very easy to get introduced to Anki, but as a power user, you get plateau really quickly. SuperMemo it has a different philosophy. Is I don't want to make sacrifices for being intuitive. The thing is that
yeah, and
this is only a problem at the beginning when you're learning.
yeah,
When you pass that, then there's no issue. In my case, I only needed 40 hours So when I did more or less 40 hours, I was able to use SuperMemo as I wished. Obviously, there are a lot of things that I have to learn, but I can do whatever I want to do. I know how to do it. If this makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, and
And
one of the things I realize now about SuperMemo
yeah.
is like I'm not pro using Anki. Anki is limited, but here you can have many options. You can record many things. You can change many things, and I really think this method of incremental reading is helpful. Like I feel it from now on because yeah, I saw and how SuperMemo automates it and how it does it. This is not possible with Anki, and I think again, I think SuperMemo is a learning tool from from what I see right now, and Anki is just a memorization tool. This is the difference, I think.
Yeah, memorization. I will rephrase it as a reviewing tool. It's
Yeah,
speed.
it's
You
better.
have
Yeah.
speed repetition, but that's everything you got. You got speed repetition. Auto reading you do. It's outside of Anki. You know, there are
Yeah.
add-ons, tons of add-ons, and you can do something that will not be possible in vanilla Anki. It's still miles away of incremental reading. Okay, so now to check if you got the whole process, please select a topic in the incremental reading. Do,
So I want to ask something
oh yeah,
before
yeah.
we
Go
go.
ahead.
So now we have this items,
Yep.
and like I don't want to have the previous ones. So uh, like do if I mark it done, is this going to be deleted, or that what I'm asking is I want these items to be listed on top of one another. Like so I have 3 items right now here, and it's really not that great listing. They're not. So I would like my items, the finished items I can study on, to be together. But here they are on different parts. Is there a way to do that, or is it even necessary? Yeah.
First question, it's possible to do that. And second question, you don't actually need to do that. Because
Yeah.
you're used, in Anki, you have a deck, and then, brah, there are the topics, so you only got items. They are put
Yeah.
together. So, you select the option done, you delete the text. So, as you can see, you have, as we did before, one HTML that is rendered in Internet Explorer. Instead of doing
Yeah.
this, this will become empty, so you will have no text at all, an empty screen. But the difference is that they will keep the hierarchy. The topic will be still there. So the point is that you will be having the knowledge tree, even though
Yeah.
you only be having the items, not the topics. That's what you want. Even though you will be see this in the wiki, that the knowledge tree it's optional. You can import and mess around and don't care at all. SuperMemo will work still.
Okay.
That's only option I suggest to it, but it works even though if you don't care about the knowledge tree. Because
Yeah.
the importance is not the quality of your collection, it's the quality of your knowledge in mind. So
Yeah.
you don't have
Correct.
to spend time, oh this looks fancy, this is very pretty well organized. This time that you spend organizing is time you won't be reading and learning.
Yeah. I see.
But depends on everyone.
Yeah.
So, okay. So now, any other question?
No, we can go here straight. Yeah.
Okay.
So this doesn't seem like a really necessary part of the text, but let's read it. Acoustic don't encourage us to think much about learning, necessarily regarded as something that just happens to us, but learning about the self-concept of set skills grow ourselves. We started only some of them and slowly grow the rest. Why don't more people keep on learning more and better learning skills? Because it's not rewarded right away. Its payoff has a long delay. So
Yeah, it's like a preface.
yeah, I don't need to keep this.
Okay.
I don't need to keep.
So if you want to straight delete this, what you're going to do is just click delete.
Okay.
As
Yeah.
easy as that. And by
Yeah.
default, you get the next item. It's when you are in Windows browser, if you delete a picture, you get the next picture. That's the more or less the game.
Mm-hmm.
So what's incremental learning? And so on and so on. I'm telling
Okay.
you,
So.
I'm telling you, a manual, usually when you go through a manual, that's a cumbersome experience. I had fun.
Mhm.
I had fun reading the manual.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can guarantee that.
Okay. So I don't see anything valuable here in this part. Currently, SuperMemo is also reading my incremental learning. This feeds the program all forms of learning material and our data. Mm-hmm. So
Okay,
members. Okay. So,
one thing to comment is that you don't need to
mm-hmm.
read everything in one go. You don't need to
Yeah.
read all the chunk in one go. So
Yeah.
a good habit to have is to do one single thing each time. It's okay. I have read something. It's a key idea. It's a fact. I do something with that fact and move on. It's very atomic.
And a question. So I'm reading this. You said if I click on learn, this chunks will come up
Yep.
by themselves, and I will read them, and I will have the opportunity to extract them. So how do I mark where I was like let's say I read until this part here, and
Nice.
here this part I haven't read yet. So
That's a good
is there
question.
is there a way to bookmark it?
Yeah, that's an option. I haven't used it in a while, so I don't remember now the shortcut. But yeah, it's you go to the right. Where are you? Here, set the read point. It's out of your screen. I don't see the shortcut, but it's telling you the shortcut. You won't see anything.
Let's move and see the shortcut. Now we don't. Now we don't have
Yeah,
it.
you have a rather small screen. Yeah,
Yeah, the laptop, not
but
much.
don't worry.
Okay.
Don't worry. You can do it here as manually with icons, and
Mhm.
in the manual you will see that. I think I have used the read point 10, 15 times in 2 months. So I don't use it often.
But so that means you have to read this whole thing in one sitting. Yeah, this is possible. This is not that long, but like you have read all these, and you're here, for example, and you're tired, and you don't want to go on reading like and
Yeah, you make
a
you.
huge page
Hmm.
came up.
It's
Yeah. So
that's my personal preference. Is that I do chunk down a lot, so I very scarcely have to scroll down. I have very little text
yeah,
always present.
I see. I see.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's um
So let's say now you want to know about that keyword, that shortcut,
mm-hmm.
right? When you hover in, how is wording the head point? Okay, so now you can search your collection for that. You import the manual. So go and search.
Here or here. There's also a
Yeah,
search here.
yeah.
This one
It's
and this one.
F3. Control F. Yeah, F3. It's online. And now
Yeah.
read point. I think it's with a slash.
Mhm.
Okay. Here,
This is huge. Okay.
yeah, it's huge, but it's here. You can either make extracts of this time to time.
Hmm.
So why don't you?
Maybe this one's smaller. Like
Yeah,
color to
lines.
post.
Control F7.
Yeah, Control Tab.
Control F7. Yeah. A good thing that I do recommend is when you read this in the manual, try it yourself. So when it's telling you a
Yeah,
shortcut, you can actually uh, type it out and see the actual behavior.
but what I don't understand about read point is, should I select something before I click on read point? So,
No.
or if I just leave my cursor here and just say, it was Control F7,
Yeah, that's it.
and nothing happens. I don't get
Nothing
it.
happens. Nothing is displayed. It's next time SuperMemo shows up the topic, you will click the option to go to the last
Uh-huh.
line.
Okay. Okay, so go.
Go to. That's
Let's
it.
let's try this. Uh-huh, yeah, this works. Like
Yeah.
and then I click on this.
It's
Okay, yeah,
it's
I see.
not
Yeah, I see.
displayed visually, but it's there.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah.
One of the super memo things. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I suggest to start slow with this mental learning manual.
Mhm. Okay, I will read this slowly. Probably the first thing I will complete will be the Polish one. Compared to the others, it's a nice way to see how SuperMemo works. And I'm lucky that I can ask you if I have a question because SuperMemo seems complicated. But yeah, it's mostly the UI, I think, or how. Like, imagine you click somewhere and then you close the new window that opened and everything goes back to normal. But no, this is not the case with SuperMemo. It's
Yeah.
just a random window with a gray background. So this is why it is hard, I think.
Yeah,
There's
but
also some there's a lot to learn. Also habits I have to before I have to perform habits for incremental reading. This is not something I did before, so I should form the habits, yeah. But apart from that, you should also learn to use the software. Yeah.
okay. Let me show you some more stuff. If you
Okay.
go to
Kit.
toolkit, yeah, you, sleep chart.
Oh my god. Okay, so sorry. So okay, sleep chart. Yeah.
No, that's the calendar. Sleep chart F12, yeah. So now here you
Uh-huh.
have the timetable of the time you spend using SuperMemo.
Hmm.
So as you can see now you have 111 and a half minutes. And I can see
Yeah.
that 3 days ago you spent 8 minutes. 8 minutes and 40 minutes some days ago.
I don't know how this thing counts the time I spend in because maybe at most I left SuperMemo open for 8 minutes and one day for 42 minutes maybe. But I don't think I have used SuperMemo actively for that much. Or did I? I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Because here you only have the time spent on the application, on the software. There are stats for knowing how much time spent reviewing.
Hmm.
Reviewing in Anki terminology, here it's called doing repetitions.
Yeah, I
Instead
see.
of a
I,
revision, instead of a review, it's called a repetition.
yeah, I see. And I had another question about. Okay,
And
so
here,
I feel like I can choose some areas. What's this?
yeah,
Like
that
what?
I was about to tell you this. You will see this in the manual also. This is for tracking your sleep.
Hmm.
Because as you can imagine, sleep and learning are have a strong relationship.
Yeah.
Because do you know when the consolidation of memory takes place? Hello?
So what happened?
Hello, can you listen? Can you hear me?
I I I hear right now. Yeah.
Okay. I said that sleeping is very important
Yeah.
because there's a strong relationship on sleeping and learning. The question was, do you know when the consolidation of memory takes place?
Okay. So there is a REM phase in sleep.
Yeah, the
And
rapid eye
rapid eye
movement
movement.
and not
Yeah.
exactly.
Rapid eye.
But the thing is that
So when is
I strongly suggest an article about the sleep. It's also
mm-hmm.
huge in the wiki. But the thing is that the consolidation of memories takes place when you sleep. So if you want to learn, you need to sleep.
Yeah.
So the timing of when you incrementally read is also important, relative of your sleeping pattern. So it's not the same as, yeah, excuse me. No, no te ve, no. So as I was saying, for you now it's morning, right? No, not now. It's no longer morning. It's 4 a.m. for you or 5 a.m.
It's
Oh, I have it. I have it on your screen, bro. It's
yeah.
5:30.
5:30
Okay.
p.m.
So now
30
it's
p.m.
it's
Yeah.
not the optimum time frame for you to learn. It will be
Mm-hmm.
closer for you to when you get up.
Yeah. So,
You can only track sleep today. You cannot go lower before.
yeah.
For
And
yeah,
a question: is there a way to change where this table starts? Because it starts at zero
mid.
here, but I would prefer it to start at 6 maybe, because this is when my day starts usually, 6 or 7.
I'm not 100% sure, but I will. I think you cannot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. O'clock.
Now everything will be empty because you don't have this. There's so many things displayed. So that's one thing. You can close this window
Yeah.
and check the general setting, the general stats. So you go to toolkit, statistics. That's this how it's called, this window. Another
Mm-hmm.
option, that's like an overview.
Yeah.
There are a couple others, but that's the only information. If you want plots, you can have so many plots as you want. So if you click at the icon at the top, here you have tabs, and each tab you have more tabs at the bottom.
Yeah. I forget. I don't know.
So for instance, if you put use, the first one, the first tab,
Use.
yeah, use. You have outstanding, burden, element count, memorized, and so on. First, you will need to learn what's the meaning of each one. How do you understand burden or outstanding or
So
overload?
outstanding. You said it is due in Anki. So this is how many cards I have to do in a day.
Not cards. Cards would
Yes.
mean topic items, but you also
Items.
have
Yeah, items.
topics.
Yeah.
So today you have 7 because you imported something a few days ago.
Yeah, I will leave.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you can split also outstanding topics. Outstanding. That's a second layer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's not that useful because you only have very scarce data. But I can guarantee you have thousands, not thousands, but hundreds of plots here. Distribution graphs, memory stability, and so on. More than they could not imagine. And that's not all. Because yeah, that's fancy, right? That's not all. You have the 4D plots as well, which I still have to discover.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah. You can close this window. I think it's got, go to toolkit. So you have, for instance, calendar and plan and task list.
Yeah.
I won't cover this. You can do incrementally read without tasks. The thing is that you can have, let's say, topics. So a cat in Anki that actually is a task. And this can be inside the SRS algorithm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Interesting. So, okay, I will incrementally read this from the manual, I think, yeah. And
see. So for I won't cover this. As you can see, go neural, postpone. So there are so many things to do.
Yeah, the question: what is go neural?
As for neural review, I still have to navigate this because it's very advanced.
Okay, I see.
But when you read it, you will want to try it out. What is neural review? Spreading activation, and so on. But the thing is that you have to incrementally get more proficient in SuperMemo.
Yeah.
Spreading, select spreading activation. I saw that in the results. Oh, neural review, you got it here. That's next level.
Neural read increases the degree of randomness and such can be very helpful in connectivity.
First,
I can read.
That's first. You have to go. I suggest to get proficient and incrementally reading, and then trying this stuff out. Because it's not how to use the software. You have to actually be reading. You need a collection for that.
Yeah.
You need knowledge, stuff in your collection.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is there any collection? Is there any question before we wrap up the session?
No questions now.